All right, I've taken the time to break the bead down all the way around the tire. We're gonna make sure it gets locked in. Gonna bring the clamps in a little bit. Make sure it's all engaged, and then tighten it up. You bring over the arm, make an adjustment, tighten it up. You'll see I'm starting at the valve stem. I'll put a little bit of lube. I've got some tire lube mixed up in a spray bottle. I always use the appropriate proper tire lube. I don't use soap. And we're going to start at the stem. You'll see when you lever over, the tire slips into the drop center of the entire rim into the center. So you need to get the bead down and in there. And if you've got this valve stem over here or possibly over here, it will interfere with the tire sliding down and into the drop center. Sometimes it's necessary to go underneath and lift it so the bead goes into the center. It'll make it a lot easier to lever it over. If you're having any great difficulty at any point, usually indicates that you have not got the tire properly into the center and you risk damage to the rim. Now this is a particularly special rim. It's lightweight. It's made of aluminum, performance machined for our flat track bike. So you want to be sure that you don't do any damage to the rim. And this is the point where most of the scratching occurs on a rim if it's not properly adjusted. Now we have a nylon head on our machine specifically for the amount of aluminum and painted rims we get, to less likely to cause any damage, but you still need to be very aware of what you're doing when it comes to tire changes. Tire changes are the bread and butter of the motorcycle shop. You don't want to scratch a rim and lose any profit and have it cost you anything in the end. So please be careful. I've done this a lot of times. Makes it look a lot easier. We're gonna go around once. This particular rim, although it is a mag, uses a tube. So I'm gonna pull the tube out by pressing the wheel back, removing that, and then going inside, pushing the stem, using the lower bead of the tire to help me remove that. It's a little tricky sometimes. We'll get it. So there, now we can remove the tube. This tube is still good, so you want to be careful with it. And then we're going to remove the rest of the tire from the rim. We're going to put the arm back in place. I'm going to go underneath, and now I'm going to push the bar through to get the second side, the other bead of the tire, lift it up and over. Again, we are in the drop center on that bead, so it was easy to come up. There was no extra pressure to be applied, and as simple as that. The tire's off. Tip it down, move the arm away, and if your tire has a directional arrow, which this one does for the front wheel, it is going counterclockwise. A lot of times what I'll do is I have a marker handy, and I'll mark somewhere on the wheel just to indicate that it is counterclockwise. I know for a fact that it doesn't matter with this particular setup, but I have a habit of marking that arrow every single tire I do so that I don't forget when it's critical. Sometimes you do not have the bike here with you when you change a tire, so you would be lost if you didn't know the direction. You took it off and you forget when you come back to it. You have about a 50-50 chance of getting it right. So